back here at Fuera Ovens again. You may have just seen I had a little bit of a spiel about where we started, and thanks to my auntie I sort of got involved in the evolution of building pizza ovens. This one here, you heard me mention before, I'm up to about version 20. I'm not going to give you the whole evolution because we'll be here for a while, but basically all that time ago when I built my first ovens, or I was in the process of building my first ovens, what really attracted me to them is when you have one of these things, sort of here in New Zealand we call them pizza ovens, which is fine, that's a label they've sort of got along the way. But essentially, yes, it is something you can cook pizza inside, but they are basically a wood-fired oven. And what I say to people is, say for instance, if you have a restaurant and you come to me and go, I want a pizza oven, this is a wood-fired oven, and a pizza oven has a specific purpose, and that is to cook pizzas all day long at about 500 degrees, which we made a video of the other day, and they're sitting down there waiting to go to restaurants. So getting back to what I was talking about, one of the things that really attracted me to these is just you're not really governed in what you can cook or how you can cook, or all of these foods that we like to eat. And basically, as you can see, we're on a farm and we've just got an endless supply of homegrown meat, and whenever I fire up my pizza oven, all the neighbours come over and they, as soon as they see a little bit of smoke, they're right, it's off to dinner at Elsie's house, which is fine. But I hardly ever get requests to cook pizza. I do every once in a while, and what we really enjoy with these now is just the slow braising. We're into a lot of slow braising. You get a shoulder of lamb and you slow cook it, maybe over a bed of hay with all your herbs in, getting a little bit fancy. Or we get some ox cheek and we'll braise that for 6 hours, or I get some venison and we'll do a wonderful, sort of like a casserole chili chocolate kind of dish. And what I tend to find is you go through phases. You go through a phase where a certain type of meal you're quite into, and then you'll just go through a phase and you'll eat that for a period of a couple of months or so, and then you'll master that one, and then you're like, right, well, I want to start cooking something different. And every time I fire up my oven, I try and do the whole meal. So if I'm going to do entrees, I can do something simple. I can just do some squid or some prawns or something like that, or I just might even scale it back and make it more simple. Just do some like flatbread, some focaccias or what have you. And if I'm going to do pizzas, I'll just bring the heat up a little bit, and then we're going with the pizzas. But if I'm cooking meats, if I'm cooking on the bone, I like to do it slower and that sort of thing. And I'll also do all of the veg in there. I have cast iron fry pans, so that's all your potatoes, your carrots, your parsnips, your cucumbers, and a favourite is you get a little butter squash, and I'll just hollow it out, fill it up with cream and cumin and a little bit of bacon, that sort of thing, and I'll just put it in the corner in there and forget about it. So when it comes to serving, we basically just pull all the food out, put it down on the table. I don't really have an attractive word for it. I call it grazing. So with these, it's all about being relaxed, and you just want to, once your food's cooked, you want to eat it. You don't want to sit around and wait for everything to be ready at once and it all to be perfect, because you've got beautiful food. You just want to, when it's ready to eat it and do it with service, and just put it down in front of your guests and let them get stuck in. And we do a real lazy dessert, which is a bit of a favourite as well. I just get a whole lot of berries, like blueberries, blackberries, that sort of thing, and I just chuck them in a fry pan, sizzle them around, a little bit of brandy, a little bit of flambe, out she comes, and I have a nice big bowl of whipped cream, and people just take some berries and cream, and everyone thinks you're a genius. So that's what attracted me to these things, and that's how I like to use them. And if that sounds like a bit of you, you need one. And the other good thing about these things is you don't actually do a lot to clean them. They pretty much clean themselves. So every time you light a fire in there, you're cleaning the inside again. And I'm all about maintenance free. Who's got time to clean stuff?